Welcome back to Today in Design and SEO Marketing, the podcast you need. I'm Ron Wicker, and today we're tackling a surprisingly simple idea, personalization that doesn't rely on third-party cookies. Quick mini case to start. We swapped a pricing hero from the generic Compare Plans to Plans for Teams Like Yours. Trial signups jumped from 2.1% to 4.3%. That's more than double. That's great, and it sets the promise for this 10-minute episode. 5 low-friction patterns you can implement in weeks to boost conversions without cross-site tracking.
Let's dive in. And yes, we have practical measurement rules so teams actually know whether these changes work. Baseline conversions for these micro CTAs tend to sit between 1 and 5%, depending on the funnel. For reliable signals, aim for a 7 to 14-day A/B window, or about 1,000 views per variant for stable results. If you don't hit those numbers, lengthen the window rather than overinterpreting tiny swings. I hear you. It's tempting to call a win early, but the checklist we mentioned later has a simple stop rule to avoid that.
Okay, first tactical pattern. Surface search and referrer intent without tying it to a user profile. The idea is simple. Capture the referrer and top query server-side and store it as aggregated, non-identifying context. No cross-site joins, no persistent third-party cookies. One fast step you can run in a sprint. Save the top 10 referring queries to a staging table for a week and look for recurring themes. That alone surfaces the intents people actually bring to your site.
Exactly. And a crucial note for SEO teams, keep these logs server-side and aggregated. For instance, store counts for query buckets rather than user-level strings. That reduces privacy concerns and makes it easy to spot patterns like team pricing, small business plans, or student discounts without exposing users. Most definitely, treat this as signal discovery first, personalization second.
Now, a non-technical drop-in. 3 short copy templates marketers can use immediately. Try these as your control to variant swaps. No engineering deep dive required. Template 1, Query-Aligned Hero. Plans for teams like yours. Friendly and specific. Template 2, Role-Oriented. Built for product managers and small engineering teams. Template 3, Problem First. Get started if reducing onboarding time matters. Drop one into your hero, run the traffic, and monitor trial signups or micro-conversions.
And add a marketer checklist. 1, define the variant and metric, sign up, demo click, trial start. 2, pick the audience source, referrer, query param, landing page path. 3, choose a measurement window and sample size. 4, document retention and aggregation rules. That checklist keeps legal, product, and growth aligned before you ship. Most definitely, it prevents the "we tried personalization without clear outcomes" problem.
Point 2, Query-Aligned Micro CTAs. The secret is matching CTA language to intent buckets. We recommend 3 variants per landing page: exploratory, transactional, and role-specific. Example, for searchers using Pricing for Designers, you might show See Plans for Design Teams, role-specific. For How Much Does It Cost, show Compare Pricing Tiers, transactional. And for Best Plan for Startups, show Plans for Fast-Moving Startups, exploratory. One-step action. Pick one landing page and deploy these 3 copies as A/B variants. Monitor the micro-conversion for 2 weeks.
A quick performance tip. Track each variant with an aggregated event that doesn't include user identifiers. You can bucket by landing page and query type, then look at aggregated conversion rates. Expected lifts vary. Small tests often move the needle a few points. A well-aligned micro CTA can double performance in the right context, like Ron's pricing example. But again, guardrail the sample size so you trust the signal.
Point 3, Server-Rendered Variants for Discoverability. Client-side swaps are fast but invisible to crawlers. If your variant is meaningful for SEO, say role-specific headings or structured content, render it server-side so search engines index it. One-step action, implement a server-side snippet that returns pre-built HTML for your hero slot based on the referrer category, with a canonical fallback that preserves grouped content. That keeps your personalization discoverable and prevents content fragmentation.
And the governance note, use content grouping rules. If you serve 3 role-specific hero variants, map them back to a canonical group so you don't create dozens of near-duplicate pages. Pre-rendering plus canonical grouping preserves long-term indexability. For teams with limited engineering resources, pre-built server snippets or simple templating engines are enough. You don't need a full personalization platform to do this right.
Point 4. Progressive in-session enrichment. Start with a tiny one-click preference prompt that refines intent without asking for PII. Example, a subtle line under the hero. Show options for startups, enterprises, teams like mine. One click sets an in-session flag and updates CTAs. One-step action. Add one-click preferences to a hero or pricing table and fire an aggregated event so marketing can measure impact.
The benefit is twofold: better immediate relevance for the visitor and incremental signal for your aggregated measurement. Keep the UI minimal and make it opt-in. We're not tracking people, we're letting them self-identify for a better experience. That approach is privacy-friendly and improves confidence in the intent signal.
Point 5 is the governance and measurement playbook. Mitzi, you want to take this one?
Sure thing. Privacy-safe measurement means aggregating KPIs, avoiding user-level joins, and keeping retention short. Define a measurement plan up front: what you measure, how long you'll run the test, the sample size, and a stop rule if results are inconclusive. Default to conservative sampling. Analyze cohorts rather than individuals. Also include an early legal review and a template privacy note in your checklist so stakeholders aren't surprised.
Before we wrap, resources. We've put together a downloadable cookie-free personalization checklist, anonymized mini case studies, and a community Slack invite with a channel dedicated to these micro CTA experiments. If you're a listener who wants a one-page starting step, it's in that checklist, plus a sample server snippet for a hero slot, and the copy templates we mentioned.
And remember the measurement guardrails: 7 to 14-day window or 1,000 views per variant, aggregated KPIs, and a conservative retention policy. Implement those and you won't mistake noise for signal. That sounds great. Small experiments, clear rules, repeatable results.
All right, single tactical step to run today. Add one query-aligned micro CTA to your highest traffic landing page and set up an aggregated metric for signups. It's one change, measurable, and privacy first. If you try it, we'd love to hear the results in our Slack. Let's talk about this.
Most definitely. Try one variant, measure conservatively, and iterate. We'll be in the Slack to help and share learnings. Thanks for tuning in.